Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Honolulu. I hope everyone's having a great Thursday. That American there was heading off to LA with the extra X. The Southwest we saw right before that was coming in from Maui. This Hawaiian is coming in from Hilo. So it's a very windy day here again today. It's been like that the last several shows. You can see the windsock is not quite starched, but it's all the way out there. I believe it's 15 mile an hour with 20 to 22 mile an hour gusts, so it's not as strong as it's been in the past, but it's still annoying. Good morning, Kirsten, Josh, Sydney, thanks for being here. Andrew, Alan, we got Brandon, still in Hawaii, I bet. Hasn't left yet. He's not coming to visit us today on his way out of the state, apparently. We said something rude, and he's not coming back to Oahu. Hello, Marco. Legalized Shempa. Hello, Rich F. Good to see you. Good morning, Ken. 717 Aviation. John, all the cool kids are in the house early this morning. Yeah, Ron, it's going to be a little... We're going to try, though. We're going to try, Ron. The good news is we get 2 Honus today. Give you a 10-second little history of that. So they have one of the 3 in China for maintenance. So the second flight of the day has been only 3 times a week the last couple of months now, I think. But so it's usually Tuesday, Friday, Sunday, but for 2 of the weeks it's flips. So this is one of those weeks where it flips. So it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Wednesday, Saturday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday or Tuesday, Thursday this week. So we get 2 today. Next week it'll be back to Tuesday, Friday, Sunday. Josh, I haven't noticed any, but oh, that's interesting. I just noticed something. That's annoying. Interesting. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. I haven't noticed anything, but I don't really live in a spring breakers type of area, and I certainly don't work in a spring breakers type of area. So I haven't seen an uptick in them, but it's spring break here in Hawaii. Our Department of Education here is on spring break. I don't think it's spring break everywhere. I think spring break like in California is next week, because that's why AVL will be here next week, because it's spring break in California next week. So I just noticed something that... Oh, that's annoying. I didn't check the NOTAMs today, and I'm very mad. See these markers here? That taxiway appears to be closed. So I was all excited because we were going to have a 747 departure at like 7:20, but that taxiway is closed. There's not coming that way. So I'll have to check the NOTAM here in a minute and see what's going on. There have been departures on the reef runway, so I don't think it's not the reef runway that's closed. It must be just that taxiway. Because I could see there's a bunch more of those markers over here, so it must be just the taxiway that's closed. We'll still get a 747 departure, hopefully, but it won't come right in front of us, which is a shame. Oh, next week in Oregon. Okay. We did have something come in this morning that was kind of cool for me and cool for a few other people. I'm going to do a replay of that in a minute. So while we're waiting for it, maybe I'll just do the replay. So maybe we'll just do that. So I'm going to do a replay for you guys here of something that came in just before I was able to get everything set up. I was trying to get it set up, and it just did not work. So we're going to try to... If I can figure out how to do a replay on this new encoder. Yeah, I have no idea. Oh, wait, here we go. Okay. So after this next arrival, which is a Aloha air cargo, I'm going to show you that replay. Hello, Vegas Joe. How are you? We doing well today? Alright, so I'm going to show you a replay of something that came in just before the show. So this, again, is a replay. Yeah, so we had an MD-11. Actually, there's two of them over there now. One came in earlier this morning, but there's two FedEx MD-11s over there right now. I don't think they're going to go out anytime soon, though. I didn't see those on the departure list. But that really doesn't mean anything with cargo. They can go whenever they want. Yeah, the only FedEx I see going out before today's show is over is the little Cargo Masters. Alright, so the next one coming out here is going to be a Delta. It's heading off to LA with the Extra X. It's a 27-year-old 767. So it is about to make the left turn off of Alpha. It'll be down here in just a couple minutes. We also have a United 757. We should get two of those going out in the next couple of minutes. Also, this one's also going off to LA with the Extra X. So I'm going to look up the NOTAM. Oh, that looks really cool. Let's make a shot of these clouds. Look at these crazy clouds. Isn't that cool? So the wind at ground level is coming from my back, east-northeast. So the wind at whatever level these clouds are at is coming from the other direction. You see they're slowly moving towards us. Alright, I'm going to check out that NOTAM real quick. So I'm annoyed at myself. Bookmarks. Open it once, all the way at the bottom. What is today? Today is the 20th. Taxiway between G and taxiway between taxiway B between G and taxiway J is closed. Taxiway B. Oh, those are listed as military operations. Interesting. Oh, are they gonna do the? When is the? They're doing the barricade certification for 4 right sometime soon. I don't know if it's today or not. See, these type of clouds are the clouds you want when it's right at sunset. These clouds would make an awesome sunset. Alright, so let's get back to the reason we're here. No, not Pop-Tarts. That's funny, O'Malley. Good morning, O'Malley. How are you? So what did you tell him? Keith, I have a video of it on my channel somewhere. The last time they did barrier certification on 4 right, I got a video of it somewhere. It's on the YouTube channel somewhere. I'll be honest with you though, the barrier certification isn't as exciting as I bet it is on a carrier. They don't land and hit the barrier, they run up and hit the barrier, so it's not as exciting as it could be, but still pretty interesting to watch. Wow, thanks everybody. 105 likes already, wow. We are rant free. The rant count is 0 as of right now. But the day's still young. You never know. So the one U2 that came in during the show 2 days ago left yesterday morning. So I was at my house and I heard this huge noise and I pulled up flight radar and it was the U2 leaving. It left about 8:30 yesterday morning. So I watched the replay of that U2 leaving on ADBS Exchange yesterday. It was crazy. It was over 50,000 feet by the time it got to Kauai. That's insane. So the next one coming out here is that United I was telling you about. It's the one heading off to LA with the extra X. It is just about to come out of the trees, so we'll flip around this shot. And on the way over there, we'll see if we can show you the moon. Let's see, it should be right up there. It is. Here's the moon for you. Oh, there's the 757. Okay, it's out of the trees now.
Runway 639, hello tower, runway, I think runway full left, Silverland, long and improved, traffic gate, holding for you.
So our good friend Andrew Street is celebrating 8 months with us here at the 717 level. Thank you very much, Andrew. So still watching Planes with Friends, more F-22s. I hope we get some today for you. Usually Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays are good days to try to catch F-22s. They don't happen every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but you have a better shot than Friday through Monday. There's a Southwest that came up behind this United. It's heading off to Vegas. Here we go. Faster than I thought. So the Southwest that's heading out to Vegas is going to wait for, looks like a Southern Airways Express Cessna to cross the runway. That's a monumental day, Tin. I used to love the first day of not even have to think about a jacket. Of course, I never have to think about a jacket here. Mrs. Reverse Ops, though, on the other hand, always has to think about a jacket. She is permanently cold. I keep joking that one day we're going to have to keep moving farther south. Can't get much farther south. I'll have to move to like Ecuador or something. Yeah, Rita, I just think it's lazy. I think it's lazy just to add an extra X. They could have come up with something. They're very smart people doing stuff like that. They could have come up with something to make it a little better. Of course, it's not as bad as Portland. I guess maybe I'm just used to hearing LAX, but Andrew C, that's a good question. I don't know. I know I know there are at least other pilots. I don't know if there are other U2 pilots, but I know I saw a clip that the Air Force put out from the view of the back seat of that car, and I know the guy driving is another pilot, but I don't remember if they said he was another U2 pilot. The interesting thing to me is, you know, they can't just land anywhere and take off anywhere. They have to have cars waiting, the people waiting, the wheels waiting. Good friend Gerhard's been with us 3 months at this 321 level. Thank you very much. It says Moin, M-O-I-N, Moin. Aloha to Hawaii from Germany. Nice to see you. Have a great stream again. Sorry, confused that. A nice stream again. Thank you very much. And thank you for being a Reverse Ops member. I really appreciate it. That must take, Adrian, if they are U2 pilots, that must take some logistical planning to get one here, because it's not like Fairford where they're there every day, so they'd have to, must take a lot of planning. Of course, that's half the military is just planning for crap, so I'm sure they're probably pretty good at it. This Hawaiian's coming in on the parallel runway 8 left. Apparently my camera wants to focus on the trees though. So that second 757 is lit up now, the one United. It's a few minutes late. It's supposed to leave at 7, but we'll cut them some slack this morning. It's headed off to SFO. Our first A380 of the day is still kind of a ways out. It's the orange one this morning. It's 8:12 this morning, so it's a little under an hour away. And then the second one is a little bit behind it. It's 8:37, so we'll definitely get both of them in the show today. Qantas is still not the AM Dreaming, but I don't know if we'll, where'd it go? I need to turn a filter on. I'm clicking on the wrong planes here. Custom, Honolulu in and out. Honolulu in and out. There we go. Alright. Our first heavy arrival of the day will be a Dreamliner coming in from Auckland. It's the Air New Zealand. It's making its turn over Ko'olina right now. A little off the shore from Ko'olina, so it'll be on the parallel runway in just a second. Alright, so jet tip. Oh, looks like the Majuro 737 flight for United has been canceled. That was supposed to go out at 7:25. And the next 747 arrival has also been delayed. We're having a bad morning. We're being punished for how good of a Tuesday it was. Oh well, we'll survive. Good morning, John. Steven. Hey, Mason is in the house. Hello, Mason. That was Aloha Air Cargo, if you couldn't tell. It's coming in from Hilo. It's a 737-300. Still trying to see that new Air New Zealand out there. It's still a ways out. I don't see it yet. It's in this shot somewhere. I'm probably going to guarantee it, but I don't see it yet. Oh, I think wait, there it is. Should be all the way to the left of this shot. Oh, lots of storms in the Midwest. Oh, okay. Thanks, Sydney. Hope everyone is okay. Adrian, are you asking about the Aloha Air Cargo? Those ones, the 737s, mostly are inter-island only. They don't take those to the mainland. So they do inter-island cargo. There's lots of stuff that arrives here on the bigger boats or stuff, and it has to be moved over to the smaller islands, or the other islands. They're not necessarily smaller. There are some Aloha Air cargoes that go to the mainland, but I believe those are all 7.6s. I think. Don't quote me on that one. So there we go. Right there is the Air New Zealand. Air Tiki, you might be more right than you know. Well, there is some boat traffic between the islands. There are cargo companies that go between the islands, like Matson and Young Brothers will do. Definitely Young Brothers. Maybe I think Matson does inter-island too. But the problem is, like, around places like Seattle and some of the European cities where there's lots of ferry traffic and lots of things like that to move people around over water. It's usually different. Here, between the islands, it's basically open ocean. So even though it's not terribly far, it is basically open ocean between the islands. And I know there's places like between England and the Scandinavian countries, there's ferries and stuff that have the same problems, but nobody's found a way to make the money work. Or the environmental people make them happy. So nobody's found that balance yet. They did try it a few years ago with something called a super ferry. But that was a big political nightmare and didn't really work for mostly the political people screwing it up. But it just costs, like Seattle ferries would not work here, or New York ferries would not work here. So the initial startup cost is way higher. And the population numbers just really don't support it. Everybody wants it, but nobody supports it. And to get to places like Hilo, or even Kona on a ferry would take, 7 hours to get to Kona probably. I know it took 3.5 hours to get to Maui on the super ferry. But it's basically, the reason the super ferry failed is because the political people wanted it so bad that they screwed it all up. So what they wanted, if you do anything here in Hawaii, you have to have an environmental impact study done. And it's almost for anything, you have to have an environmental impact study done, especially something that big as a super ferry. And they're worried about, pollutions and wrecks and things like that, but they're also worried about the whale migration because there's a lot of whales that migrate between Oahu and Maui specifically. So they were supposed to do a environmental impact study. Let's see if we can get this rainbow in there. Like, can you see that rainbow there? They're supposed to do an environmental impact study, and the politicians wanted it so bad they actually passed a law specifically stating that the super ferry didn't have to do one. That it was such an important project that they could skip the environmental impact study. Well, that led to lawsuits, and it eventually ended up in the Hawaii Supreme Court. And the Hawaii Supreme Court ruled that that was an unconstitutional law, and they said they needed to do the environmental impact study. And by that time, they still didn't even do one, even though it was quite clear that they were going to lose in the courts. They still didn't do an environmental impact study. So when the court ruled that they had to have one, and they were shut down until they did, that basically just killed them because they couldn't. The revenue was gone, they couldn't operate, and they still had to do an environmental impact study, which was going to last like a year. So that was the coffin or the nail in the coffin. It kind of once they got shut down, needing the environmental impact study, that was pretty much the end of it. They never came back, and now those ferries are off in Norway or something. So I believe if O'Malley's still here, we can change that rant count to 1. So I think that qualifies as a rant. I'm very annoyed with I think the rainbow is officially gone. But we do have a United coming out, so that makes up for the fact that we lost the rainbow. Whoa. Look at this, guys. This is neat. Somebody did some tree trimming over here. Look at this. All those trees are gone. So the white dome is a radar. I don't know what specifically type of radar in because I'm not that type of nerd. But it is a radar for the airport. And up until very recently, you could not see anything but the white dome. Now you can see the tower. So someone's been doing a lot of tree trimming over there. Look at that. Huh. Interesting. I wonder what that's going to mean. I thought Jerry was the only one who ranted. Now I'm a rant. I'll give you an assist, Sydney. Yes, Sydney, I get excited over little things like seeing a tower. But it's weird, they cut down a bunch of vegetation over there. That's funny, Brandon.
Tower, cross runway forward, Foxtrot, runway 4 left, line up and wait, traffic depart runway 8 left. Cross forward at Foxtrot, line up and wait, forward left, and then go back.
Alright, so the next one coming in on the crossing order after that Cessna will be a 717 coming in from Kailua Kona. Say it's 3 or 4 minutes out. Our first flight coming in from Asia will be coming in from Tokyo. It's about 7 minutes out. It's Hawaiian Flight 864. It's coming in from Tokyo. Good morning, Mark. Mark Westbrook has joined us at the 717 Inter-Island Traveler level. Thank you very much, Mark. You'll enjoy all the comfort of the 717 as you zip between the Hawaiian Islands. The seats in economy do not recline, but you're never really in the air long enough to notice. Somebody be by with your pog drink soon. Welcome, Mark. Thank you for being part of the Reverse Ops Ohana. And I think we're going to have a 717 for you in just like a minute. There's a rainbow right there. Look at that. Here's that 717 I promised you. Of course, I heard it from Brandon that they're not serving POG on the flights right now. They're serving PON, which is Passion Orange Nectar. Nectarine? Nectar? I don't know. But sometimes the guava is out of season, so they swap it out. It'll be back later in the year. Yeah, there we go, Brandon. Hey, you sent me a picture of it. What is it? Passion Orange. I thought you sent me a. Oh, there you go. Passion Orange Nectar. It'll be back to Passion Orange Guava. I think you said you're coming back in July or something, right? So maybe it'll be POG by then. The next one coming in is coming in from Lanai. It's Lanai Air, operated by Western Aircraft. It's a Sky Courier. hello, Keith. Good to see you. It can be, Mark. Mark Westbrook asked if it's expensive to visit Honolulu. It can be. It's definitely not a budget location. There's ways you can make it a budget location, but usually from the West Coast, you can get a good flight out here several times a year. I know I'm flying to LA in September, and my flight was, I think it was $360 or something round trip, so that's pretty reasonable. And then it used to be, they don't have Airbnbs much here anymore. They passed a law to get rid of most of the Airbnbs. There's still a few, but not as many as there used to be, so you can't get a deal there. But there's some, occasionally you'll get some deals on some hotels off the beach in Waikiki. If you go to Kahio or up to Alawai in Waikiki, you usually get some pretty decent deals on hotels. The one that's very expensive right now is Maui. Maui is very expensive because the hotel prices are just ridiculous over there because they have so many people still living in hotels from the Lahaina fire that the hotel prices are way out of whack. There is no time when it's not crowded. It's always crowded because whatever. We get a lot of people come here in the winter to get away from their winter. And then we get a lot of people here come here in the summer because the kids are off or whatever. So it's pretty much, there's no slow season here. This time of year, I would say, if there is a slow season, it's probably this time of year when it's a little more rainy. But still, people will come. Ask Brandon how I know. Stephen, they're starting to rebuild, but it's one of those things where everybody claims there's going to be no paperwork and fast rebuilding, but there's always paperwork and slow rebuilding, and everybody's trying to get funds. And I don't want to get too political, but it's just turning into a huge mess, and I feel really bad for those people. They've been through a lot. A lot of people have lost not only their house, but their loved ones, and it's a huge shame. We did a fundraiser for, we didn't raise a lot of money, but we did a fundraiser last year for them. Wish we could have raised a little more money, but what we did, we raised a little bit. So but they really need more help. They're not getting it. I just heard they canceled more federal funding. So I don't know. It's a mess. Alright, so the next one coming in, we'll get it back to airplanes now, is that Hawaiian coming in from Tokyo. That is over here somewhere. There it is. So if you're interested, those shirts are still available on the shop. There's a Maui Strong t-shirt on my shop at reverseopshop.com. Every cent I make from those shirts goes to one of the Maui funds. So if you buy that shirt, I gotta pay to have the shirt made, but everything else goes to the Maui Strong Fund. In this, I don't remember the exact name of the organization, but it's in the description of the T-shirt. Is where the money goes.
Make sure you also pull right. There's pull right.
Honey, Keith, I think you have to bring the Wasp with you. That's part of the deal, right? Oops. Occasionally we mix one in, Brendan. Ah, City's got a Maui shirt. Awesome. Trying to do something, and hopefully I don't disconnect us. Got too much stuff going on here. I thought when I originally did this, I thought, oh, everything will be so easy. I'll just do this little plane thing, and I won't have a lot of equipment. Nice, cheap. Next thing you know, I'm standing in the back of a truck with all this stuff around me, trying to feed cables through a case. There we go. Okay, we're still on the air. That's good. That's the wrong one, too. I pulled the wrong cable. Ah! Where's number 4? There's number 4. Okay, there we go. Alright, so this is the fundraiser shirt I was just talking about. So this is in the shop right now. So every cent I make from this t-shirt goes to the fund. It's actually written down here. It's the Hawaii Community Foundation Maui Strong Fund. So 100% of the proceeds go to that. You can find that at reverseopsshop.com. I also have a bunch more stuff there if you want to look around. Maybe pick up that Maui shirt and something else. So you're getting reverseopsshop.com. Hello, Tony. Good to see you. Oh, yeah, Christine in the house. Frank, hello. Yeah, I wouldn't, Frank. I wouldn't get your hopes up on the MD-11. I don't have a thing, but those FedEx here, for some reason, like to go on and off all day long. One of the two just got here about an hour ago, maybe a little more than an hour ago, hour and 20 minutes ago. The other one got here a little bit before it. They like to just sit there and tease us. We do have a tanker that's lit up, though. It's a KC-46 Pegasus. So it is, it looks like it's moving this direction, so we'll see what that brings us. I'll see what colors they offer. I can make it any color they offer, so I'll see what color koozie I can get you. Alright, something just got clearance for 4 right, but I don't see it. There's a Cessna Caravan out there, but it was something 2040. Where's 2040? I don't see a 2040 out there. Oh well, we'll figure it out. I'm sure we'll see it. Alright, so we're going to focus in on these trees over here. Because that KC-46 will be coming out of these trees any minute now. Tony Bev is here in spirit. You never know, she's always might be lurking. I don't think Rainbow Love sleeps. I think Rainbow Love might be a vampire. Not a vampire. What's the one that always around? Alright, there's the KC-46 right there. Ah, hello H. Dot. Good to see you. The first Honu is about halfway between the island of Kauai and Oahu. So that puts it about 15 minutes out. The other one's about a half an hour behind it. Oh, I just had a black cat crawl underneath my truck. Ah, Legalized Shemp. I was at that show too. I got a couple patches and stickers and things. I got a couple extra patches. We're gonna do some giveaways. Probably when I get to 20. If we ever get to 20,000, probably do a giveaway then of some patches. So our good friend and moderator and 12-month channel member has gifted 5 reverse ops memberships. Thank you very much, Sydney at 34 left. Looks like Susie Ryder, Larry, Lance, David, and Neil are the recipients of that. So please join me in thanking Sydney. She does a lot for the channel. Most of all, she has to deal with me. So, thank you very much. Alright, so the next one coming out to play is Hawaiian. It's Hawaiian Flight 10. It's heading off to LA with the Extra X. Somewhere over here. Oh, thank you very much, Steve. Oh. You guys hear that? That's my actual get up for work alarm. So on show days I'm up at 5 in the morning. On non-show days I'm up at 8 in the morning. So there's quite a drastic difference. Robbie, I hope so. That would be awesome. We need to cut a, well, I'm not always a fan of cutting trees, but hey, I could surely use a little more view of 8 left from here. Thank you, Adrian. Not quite yet, Ken. Jeez. Yeah. So, what time is it? Okay, it's 8:01. That means Mrs. Reverse Ops is in a meeting. She's not going to be able to listen to this. So these shows are slowly turning me into a morning person. It's starting to get annoying. My whole life I've been a night person. And Mrs. Reverse Ops is always trying to get me to turn into a morning person. So I'll go out and do stuff with her in the morning. But I've resisted. And now these getting up. Now this getting up for the shows is making me fall asleep earlier every day and wake up a little earlier. So she might be getting her wish. Hey Brandon, I said 100,000. I said when I get my YouTube play button plaque. Yeah, Steve, I know what you mean. That's gonna be bad. And what's worse is I used to love shopping at 24-hour stores at like 2 in the morning. Because you'd be no one else there. It was awesome. Now all these stores are closing early. Like Walmart closes at 11 o'clock now. That's the only time I liked going to Walmart was at 2 in the morning. See, that's the beauty of that thing. In this kind of economy, I'll never retire. Oh yeah, the new Don Quixote. Donkey over there in Capoli is 24 hours. That's a long way from my house. I don't know if I want to go over there at 2 in the morning. I'll let you guys in on a little secret about the helicopter, jumping out of the helicopter thing. The day I said it, I was thinking about saying it in my head, and I almost said 15,000. I almost did. I almost said the 15,000. Then I thought, wait a minute. That would be silly, and then I changed it to 100,000. So luckily I did not commit to 15, or else I'd be sweating right now. I'd be telling people not to subscribe. We got a little ways to go for me to mentally psych myself up for it. All right, so the next one in on the parallel runway is that aforementioned Super. It is right now over Coalina, so it'll be here in, should be able to see it in about a minute. We'll get a good shot of it in about a minute and a half. Still waiting for it to turn its landing lights on. It's somewhere on the left side of this picture. Kirsten, I have almost no fear of heights. It's crazy. I can stand on top of anything, lean over cliffs, stand on tall buildings, walk across bridges. Walk across those. Walk across those bridges with clear floors, or those buildings. We went to the Sears Tower, and they have this thing where you stand out over the street in a glass cube, and you look down. No big deal. Love heights. No fear of heights. But the weird thing is I hate ladders. I hate ladders. I don't like ladders at all. Oh, I see the Supra now. So put me on top of a 100-story building with a clear glass floor, no problem. Hang me off a cliff, no problem. Put me on a 7-foot ladder and I don't like it. I think it's because, my theory is, it's because ladders fall over all the time and buildings and cliffs usually don't. I think that's why. Alright, we need to cut those trees down now. Right there. These trees here. Yeah, Mark, I couldn't do that. We have a bunch of ladders. We have a bunch of cable trays up in the server room that are, they're what, 12 feet in the air. Don't like them. The weird thing was I went skydiving a bunch of years ago. A buddy of mine told me to go skydiving. I never really had any interest for some reason, but he had like 800 jumps, and he's like, hey, let's go. So I went, I did the tandem. The weird thing is, I never got an adrenaline rush. I never got like that big adrenaline rush of the fear. And I'm assuming it's because I just thought how cool it was that I was staring down from that high. I had a very similar experience in in Switzerland when I was like 12. We were on a bus tour, and HDOT. I'm talking to HDOT and the thing about climbing up a mountain in Wales. Uh, we were on a bus tour and we were in Switzerland, and we stopped at this little cafe that was in a valley, and I climbed to the top of the valley, and next thing I know, I have a whole bus load of middle-aged people or very old people on this tour yelling at me from the bottom of the valley to get down. Jason, I haven't heard any yet. Yesterday they went out just as I got to work. So I parked my car and looked up, and they were going over my head. So that would be about 9:15. So if they follow that pattern, we still got a little ways. Hopefully they do come out today. I hate to waste a good thumbnail picture. Let's see, April, what is April 4th and 5th? Let's see. Noon flight on the 5th is a possibility. I will not be streaming on the 4th, but the 5th is a possibility, Junko. I'll remind me closer, because if you tell me now, I will forget. Alright, I need to get my hat. Hold on. Yeah, Oliver, they'll be here, I believe it's next Wednesday and Thursday. Hopefully they'll get some people to come out and see them, because it's not going to be spring break here. Spring break here is this week. So I don't know if the kids will be able to get out and see them in a midweek show. Alright, so next one coming in is a Hawaiian coming in from Hilo. We also have a 321 coming out to play. That's a Hawaiian heading off to Seattle. And then behind it will be a Hawaiian Flight 6 heading out to Vegas. They're both coming down the taxiway right now. Oh, thanks everybody. Wow. You guys are blowing me away. Thank you very much. so here's the 321. This is, let's see, when is this? Is this late or early or? Schedule. We usually don't get a 321 in this show. I wonder, something must have changed in the scheduling. Okay, that's not the 321. This is the 321. Sorry. We usually don't get a 321 during the show. I guess something has changed in the schedule for Hawaiian. Kirsten, I loved school when I was a kid too, and it's not because I love school. It wasn't because I like learning and being there. It's because I always thought it was awesome that you got to go to a place where all your friends are going to be every day. And sure, you had to go to English class and whatever, but you got to eat lunch with all your friends every day. Got to play wall ball with all your friends after school every day. Got to get in trouble with your friends all day. It was great. I love school. Oh, okay, some private schools. Okay. Thanks, Ken. Yeah, I wasn't sure if they lined up with the DOE or not. We have a ton of private schools here, and I don't know. I've only really paid attention in Texas and here, and we seem to have here seems to be a lot of private schools comparatively to Texas. Our good friend Kelvin Higa is coming with a $5 super chat. Says, hi Patrick, 2 Honus today, usually one on Tuesday. Schedule change? It's this week only. It's gonna go next week. It'll go back to Tuesday, Friday, Sunday. It's for some reason this week, and then one other week it shifts a day, and I don't know the reason. I assumed it was because of a holiday in Japan or something, but I really don't know the answer of why it shifted this week. But next week it'll be back to Tuesday, Friday, Sunday for the second one. But thanks again, I really appreciate it. Thanks for the support. I think there's one more week where it switches to Thursday as well, but I'll have to look at that. I think it's in April or May. We have a couple more months of this because they don't switch back to the 2 every day till June. Oh, I hated PE. I hated PE. I did football for a little while. I did soccer for a little while. Those were okay. Football was cool after we did it. It was all after school though. It was hot. But other than that. Ah, hello, Colin. Adrian, it's been a thing as long as I've known. We had spring break when I was in school, and that was back in the dark ages. So. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. I had a kind of an important phone call. Thank you, Colin. Colin Dutton's come in with a £2 super chat with no chat. But thank you very much, Colin. Thank you for the support, and thank you for being a channel member for over 12 months. Microsoft Bluetooth battery is low, 2%. Oh, interesting. That's gonna be interesting. Yeah, we have a low battery in my mouse. It's always batteries. Batteries. I watch a lot of YouTube videos on live streaming to get ideas, things to do, technology, things like that. And 99% of the people who do how-to live stream videos do it from their friggin' office or living room or bedroom or whatever. So they have no problem with internet connection and batteries, which is my two biggest problems. This Southwest here is coming in from Lehue. Oh, we have a Rainbow Love in the house. Hello, Rainbow Love. Did you hear us talking about you? Were your ears burning?
Airbus 2029, hotel crossing left to Juliet, head to Germany, right?
So it looks like there's a Southwest headed off to San Jose coming this way.
Delta 1642, turn left at Sierra, then contact ground.
And it's going to come all the way down here. We could do some, how about we do some mower spotting? How about that? Let's try see if we can do some. We do some mower spotting. This is something you don't get on many channels here. This is almost exclusive to reverse ops. We got mower cam. I think I need to put a. I think I'm gonna put a page together on my website with all the different things that we've spotted in the shows. Mowers and balloons, London buses, turtle buses. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. The only thing we haven't caught, we caught submarines and destroyers and boats and all kinds of stuff we've caught in different streams. The only thing we haven't caught so far is a train. I don't think we've ever seen a train in any of the shows. But we're getting close. I hear I read the mayor, Mr. Blangiardi, did a State of the City address a couple days ago and announced that the next leg of the rail is going to open October 1st. So the next leg of the rail runs very close to the other end of Lagoon Drive. It actually crosses Lagoon Drive up by the highway. So maybe we'll be able to catch a train on a Saturday once that opens up. But we've not caught a train yet. It was all positive things. All positive things, Rainbow Love. It was the Rainbow Love Appreciation Hour. So this Southwest is coming in from Maui. It's the Colleen Barrett Retro Blue, Canyon Blue livery. It has the little emblem for her on the nose there. And here is a newer version of that similar plane. Doom Man, yeah, that was the one that left yesterday morning. Was the one that came in during our live stream the day before. The one that left during our live stream came in the day before that, I believe. So there was two here in the last 72 hours or so. Alright, so the UPS Queen is lit up, and we have the next A380 just came in over Iroquois Point, so we're zooming in to get that now. That Queen should go all the way around. There it is. Alright. Next one in is another Sky Courier. It's coming in from Lanai. It's Kamaka Air. It'll be here in about 15 seconds. Hello, Kurt. Glad you're able to catch it. Today was a rather cool day. We had 2 of them today. We haven't had 2 on a Thursday in a while. Alright, so that UPS should head back over around Bravo and then head this direction. They have, if you weren't here earlier in the show, they have this taxiway over here closed this morning. So let's see if we can get a better shot of that. There, so we have this. This is a taxiway. Is it Tango? I forget. But it's the taxiway off the cargo ramp to Romeo to get out to 8 right, which is where normally all the cargo comes. But it is closed this morning. So it looks like they're going to send that UPS around the long way. We'll still see the departure, most likely on 8 right. As you can see, they have all this construction going over here on the taxiway, so that's why it's closed. So this Southwest here is heading off to Phoenix with the appropriate number of X's. This one right here. The YouTube puns never end. Alright, so this one here is Mokulele, operated by Southern Airways Express. It is coming in, if I can find it. There it is. It's the problem with these Cessnas, they're really tiny. It's coming in from Lanai. Oops. That was that a turn and burn? I missed that. That looked like the Moana livery, didn't it? That was the Moana 2 livery on that Hawaiian. It was. It was coming in from Kailua Kona. Alright, so the next one heading out to the reef runway is an Austin-bound 330. It's this one right here. The days are numbered for this flight. I don't remember what the exact last day is, but this flight is going to go away. Yeah, Gabriel is taking the world tour to get a cheap flight. I haven't flown out of Love Field in a long time. I think the last time I flew out of Love Field, I flew on Southwest to go see a Roger Waters show in LA. That would have been early 2000s. Yeah, early 2000s. That was back when it was back prior to the Wright Amendment being disbanded or repealed or whatever. So back when Southwest first started at Love Field was about the time, right around that time was the DFW was brand new, and so they instituted this thing called the Wright Amendment, saying that any traffic flying out of Love Field could only fly to the neighboring states of Texas. So New Mexico, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Arkansas. So you had Love Field could only flights out of Love Field could only fly to those states. So that was primarily put in place to make to help DFW because they invested so much money in DFW. Oh, thanks, Ian. Lava 52 is lit up. So that was primarily put in to help DFW. Well, Southwest said, okay, well, we don't want to go to DFW, so we're going to stay here at Love, and we'll just abide by the Wright Amendment. So they did for a long time. So when I flew, the last time I flew out of there, the Wright Amendment was still in effect. So we had to fly. I was flying to LA, to LAX, and so we had to fly from Love Field to El Paso, and then El Paso to LA. There was no direct flight. But the weird thing was we didn't get off the plane. They just let people off who were going to El Paso off, and then let people on that were going to LA. We just continued on the same flight. So that had to be probably 2002 or so, I would imagine, somewhere in that range. 2002-ish. Nowadays, the Wright Amendment's been repealed, and you can fly non-stop from Love Field to wherever they fly. Yeah, I don't remember that, Steve. If the flight number changed, I'm sure it did. But I remember we just sat in our same seats, and they just let 20 or so people off, and then about 20 people got on, and we were only there for 30 minutes at most. Alright, so the next arrival is coming in from Tokyo. It is a... Ooh, click that. Is a Dreamliner -9. It is over. Oh, there it is, right there. Look at that. But if you're flying Southwest, Love Field is so much. It's right in the middle of North Dallas, right off Mockingbird. Very convenient if you live in that area. Alright, so that 747's working its way over. Oh, I didn't realize that, Steve. I didn't know they had one at DCA too. And now you got to pay for your bags. That is the most surprising thing in aviation in the last 5 years. There's been a lot of surprising things in aviation in the last couple of years, but that's really the most surprising, that I mean, I thought they would do all kinds of stuff before they would start charging for bags, because that was their deal. They were the only ones left who did that, and that was their deal. I mean, I thought they'd do the boarding thing where you assign seat thing and try to make it up with people, make up the money with, people paying to get a better seat, kind of like you do on American, or just raising ticket prices. I didn't think they'd ever charge for bags. They used to have. Does anyone remember the liveries back in the 80s? Maybe not 80s. Maybe 90s. Maybe 90s. They were the blue planes, so maybe it was the 90s. Where they had a big, on the side of the plane, it had a big sign, basically, with an arrow that pointed at the luggage, at the cargo hold, the door for the cargo hold, and it said, "Free bags fly here." and it pointed at the cargo hold. I thought that was pretty genius. Alright, so the next flight coming in on the other runway is coming in from Auckland. It's our second flight from Auckland today. It's a 330. This one, however, is a Hawaiian. Oh, hello, Eham. Oh, we are getting fighters. That's good. We had some yesterday, about 9:15 or so. So I was hoping they'd come out here today about the same time. This is that Hawaiian coming in from Auckland. Yeah, Aratiki, I think the only way you can get out of the bag fee is to buy the most expensive seat, but then you're paying extra for the seat, so you're still technically paying for a bag, I guess. Alright, so the next departure on the reef runway will be a Hawaiian heading off to Oakland. I'm sorry, check that. It is a Southwest heading off to Oakland. It's a 737. Still free bags on this flight, I think. I don't know when that non-free bag starts. Are they charging for bags already? Are these people on this flight paying for bags? Because that would be really annoying if you buy your ticket and then they announce that, then you buy your ticket thinking they're gonna be free, and then you gotta pay. Where's that Southwest at? Oh, there he is. I don't think I've ever flown on Alaska. I've flown on pretty much. I've flown on all the American U.S. carriers at one time or another, except for Alaska. Alright, so the next flight out here will be that UPS Queen that took the scenic route out here. It is not scenic for us, though. Hey. I've seen one on 4 right before, and I don't think I've ever seen one on 8. No, I did see one take off on 8 left. On 8 right, I mean. But, oh, there's the Queen. That was back when the other runway was closed, though. When 8 left was closed. Yeah. Yeah, Hawaiian Sea. I think you get. I have a Hawaiian credit card, and I think I get a free checked bag with the Hawaiian credit card.
avoid a 737, additional traffic will depart runway 4 left prior to arrival, wind 0506, runway 8 left, clear to land, hold short of runway 4 left. 8 left, clear land, hold short, 4 left, line 4, doing.
Yeah, he's got the best seat in the house. Yeah, we had a couple of those a month or so ago.
System 90, good back to make it Delta, please, to make it Delta. To right at Delta, 90, go back.
Alright, so this one's gonna wait for a Southwest that's coming in on 4 right. Is coming in from Kailua Kona. We'll pick that one up here in just a second.
GPS 52 heavy, wind 0509er, runway right, clear for takeoff. Runway right, clear for takeoff. Sunday 615 Hotel Yankee Cross, runway 8 left into Delta, expect runway 4 left for departure. Crossing 8 left at Yankee into Delta, we'll expect 4 left, 4 right.
No, but I think they called for clearance already. All right, take care, Tiki. We'll see you next time. Hawaiian Sea. That must be an interesting job. Lots of logistics involved in that. Oh, okay. Well, sorry to hear that, Keith, but we'll keep the light on for you, as they say. Okay, Sydney, I'll take some toast and bacon, please. 7 F-22s, thank you. So I went to Zippy's on Monday. Zippy's is kind of a local. It's not really fast food. Most of them have two sides. They have a takeout, quick service side and a restaurant side. So it's kind of a mix between fast food and a restaurant. So we go there for lunch sometimes. And they have your normal Hawaii plate lunches and things like that. It's usually pretty good. I like their spaghetti. Good garlic bread with it. But I didn't want to eat a lot for lunch that day because it was Monday. Monday, if you remember, was St. Patrick's Day. And Mrs. Reverse Ops was making corned beef and cabbage for dinner. So I didn't want to get too full. So all I ordered was a side of bacon and 4 pieces of toast and a drink. So I just wanted to make a couple very simple bacon sandwiches for lunch, and that would tide me over to. It's kind of, Brandon, it's kind of like a Denny's, yeah. It's like a Hawaii Denny's. But I just wanted a couple simple bacon sandwiches. I'm a very simple person, and I like simple food. Just a couple bacon sandwiches to tide me over to stuff myself at dinner with corned beef, cabbage, and potatoes and carrots. It was after tip. I did tip. After tip, it was $24 for 4 pieces of bacon and 4 pieces of toast and a drink. It's crazy. It's getting so expensive. Oh, hello, Fritz, and goodbye, Fritz. I didn't even see you in the chat. Sorry about that. We'll see you next time. Next. Yeah, everything's, even, you can't even go fast food really and get cheap food anymore. Everything is so expensive. I did find a place in Kalihi. If you're local, there's a place in Kalihi off Dillingham and Waikimilo called Lucky Box. It's a plate lunch place. kind of, but they have more than just plate lunches, and it's really reasonable. Oh yeah, I think that's the DHL. Oh yeah. Oh really?
Yeah, I managed to get a partial here.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the last one in, what was it, early last year?
Early last year,
Yeah.
I went to Dallas.
Oh, I was in Dallas too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at the Holly and
I was at the house I grew up in North Dallas. And so I'm talking to a fellow plane spotter here who were talking about eclipses. And I learned about this eclipse in like elementary school. Because they're talking about eclipses in school, and they said the next one here will be, you know, it was decades away at that point. But it always fascinated me that someday I'll be able to sit in my backyard and watch an eclipse. So I made sure I went to my childhood home where my sisters live still, and yeah. So I went, and I couldn't. I was dreamed about sitting in the backyard to watch it, but I couldn't because the trees were in the way. When I was a little kid, the trees weren't in the way, and so we had to sit in the front yard and watch it.
I don't know if you ever watched the one on the Big Island way back in 1990.
Oh, that was. I didn't move here till 2006.
People on the Big Island were rather upset because Duncan and Tibble kept on spawning the
Yeah. Yeah, I know some people who went over there and they were in Waikoloa and got totally shut out. They couldn't see it. Yeah. The next one out here should be a 717. Oh yeah, there it is. It's heading off to Lehue. We also have a 717 coming in from Maui. That'll be on the crossing runway here in just a second. What you saw me trying to find in the sky was the DHL 777. I couldn't find it in the sky. There's a sun that's reflecting on my screen. But it is on the downwind right now. Most likely it'll head over to 8 left. But we're really here waiting for fighters because they should be out very soon. I see a bunch of dots on the map, so maybe that's them. Let's see. There is the Hawaiian going out. The Hawaiian coming in is just making its turn, so. Alright, so I just heard Mai Tai taxi 8 right via Juliet, so. Okay, the first one's going out by himself. You can't, usually you can only hear the ATC talk to them. You can't hear them talk back. On some of the, I think you get on the, sorry, On the VHF channels, I think you can hear them. But I don't listen to the VHF. I just listen to the tower. Christine, poi is something made from the taro plant. So taro is kind of it's a root vegetable. So it grows in the ground, has a leafy top. So poi is something they make from the root vegetable. So it's kind of like very similar to a yam or a sweet potato where it grows underground. So they will smash the root of that and turn it into a paste. Poi. Oh, there we go. I see an F-22 down there. Let's see if we can find it. There it is. Sorry, I'm trying to get the super zoom going. There we go. Poi is pretty good. I like dipping bread in it. Some people put sugar in it, but I don't eat it all the time. I usually only eat it when I go to a luau, but I will dip bread in it. Okay, there's a couple more coming up behind it. I see at least 3. So there's 1, 2, 3. Did I miscount? No, there's 3 up there. Okay, 3. So they're going to hold this while a Cessna flies over. It's it's a PC-12 Pilatus. North Carolina. Well, it's a long way away. I hope you're doing well, Jen. Might not be a single ship. The ATC said single ship. Alright, so there's 3, and then there's a Hawaiian, and then there's at least 2 more behind it. So I see 5 total. Most likely not Hawaiian Sea. I think the Air Force and Air Guard are forbidden from doing that. That's what I heard. That's secondhand knowledge, so don't take me on face value. I heard they're forbidden from doing that. Alright, so the first one got hang 10 approved. next one is a 717, then we should have 2 more F-22s.
departure is, and kind of got a 1,000 forward about the
So we have a Air Transport International 757 heading this way. It's coming off the Hickam ramp. Alright, no hang 10 on these two. They got to climb and maintain 5,000. So we might have a C-130 coming out here as well. I just heard the ATC ask the air transport to give way to the C-130. Pardon me, the C-130. So the C-130 that's coming out. John, I thought you were here for me. It's okay. I'll take second place to F-22s any day. That C-130 should be the Aussie C-130. With the 100th anniversary tail livery. Next one coming in though is a 717. Is coming in from Hilo. How you doing? So there's the C-130. This should be an Aussie C-130. See if you can see the tail. See if you can see the tails tail on it. A little small on my thing, but it has the 100th anniversary tail livery on it.
Contact departure 5 up Foxtrot. 121, roll down 10, cross 4 left and contact ground. Roll on the end, cross 4 left and over to ground line.
A little too far. Yeah. So, a little hard to tell on my monitor, but I hope you can see that on your screen at home. So, and then we have the Air Transport International 757 coming out. This is coming off the Hickam base. This is doing a military transport run. Alright, have a safe trip, Brandon. We'll see you next time. Alright, so the air transport just got its clearance, so we'll come over here and catch it. It is somewhere over there. There we go. Wow, getting all the down under planes. Thanks, John. Take care, Robert. We'll see you next time. I just photography, no video.
Huh?
Just photography, no video.
Videos.
Yeah. They'll be back in August.
Yeah, I know they're coming right on.
Yeah, David, I think it's overloading my cheap mixer when they get to that loud. So when the normal planes take off, it seems to be fine. When the louder planes take off, it seems to be overloading and clipping on the high end. So it's one of those never-ending things that needs to be improved on a live stream. So. Oops. There we go. So I think we're gonna wait to see if this New Zealand C-130 starts to move. If it starts to move, we'll definitely stay for it. We got a few minutes left. I haven't seen Australia today. There's usually a Sydney plane. 9:50. Oh, is it late?
No, I think it's early.
Oh, really?
452. Hawaiian.
Oh, Hawaiian.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Qantas yet today either. And Jetstar, I didn't see Jetstar either. So I think that C-130 is moving. Either that or it's doing the oh, is that a Queen? No, it's FedEx. Yeah. We have a 777 on the downwind. And then we have a cruise ship out there. Let's see if we can see the cruise ship. Add it to our list of things we've spotted. This is, I believe this is the Honolulu Star. If anybody wants to correct me. I believe, I think this is the Honolulu Star. I think. This is a dinner cruise, I think. See if I can break out my maritime app and see if I'm correct. So where? It's probably that one. Ah, Star of Honolulu. I got it slightly wrong. I think I call it the Honolulu Star. It's Star of Honolulu. This one docks over by Aloha Tower. It usually does a nightly dinner cruise for sunset. Oh, we might get back-to-back New Zealand flights. It looks like Air New Zealand is coming out to depart as well. So looks like we're gonna get back-to-back New Zealand flights. Little Kiwi on Kiwi action. Oh, Ken, how is it? I've never done it. How is it? It's one of those things we keep telling ourselves, hey, we'll do it one day, and we just never do it.
Tower, runway 8 right back to the Alpha, short of lane left. 3 Lima, right at Delta, contact ground. Right at Delta, over to ground, 3 Lima Lima. Maka 347, contact course. Section 56, Maka 347.
452.
228, runway 8 right, left, runway 7, heading crossing over. Left, runway 8 right.
Oh, yeah. It says 6 minutes. I don't believe that, but it says 6 minutes.
We're on that little
Yeah.
867, follow the heavy 787.
So the app I'm on usually says the time it would take to get straight here, but it has to go way over there and line up, and yeah. Oh, it looks like they're gonna sneak the Air New Zealand out in front of. I hope they're waving. I hope everyone's saying hello. That'd be a cool sight if you were New Zealand heading back there. Look out the window and you see your New Zealand military out there. That'd be pretty cool. That's funny, Mike. Oh, a US C-130 is sending all the C-130s out now. Oh, yeah. So, Aussie, Kiwi, and now Yankee. Alright, so, but the next one out, while we're waiting on those, the next one out is heading off to Kailua Kona. This is the Moana 2 livery on the 717. That's this one here. We saw this one actually come in a little bit ago. A little hard to tell with the backlit by the sun, but yeah. Alright, so the next two coming out of the trees will both be Kiwis. Am I saying that right? Kiwis? Kirsten, I think sometimes the ATC messes with me. I think sometimes they send stuff to the other side because they know I'm here. They send everything out in a row. Hello, Mr. Oxman. How are you? Yeah, hopefully that one starts to move pretty soon. So I gotta get out of here. We're gonna wait for these two Air New Zealands to come out. And then I don't know if we'll be able to hang out for the US C-130 or not. Okay, there's the Dreamliner. Alright, so there is the C-130.
It's for 914 for right at Delta in contact ground. Yeah, Delta contact ground, it's for 914.
Alright, so we have a 717 coming in. This one's coming in from Maui, and then we should have the other other New Zealand departure. I don't think I could stay for that third C-130, unfortunately. I think we're gonna have to get going. We'll see where it is at the. We'll play the thank you video at the end here after this other C-130, and we'll see where the American is after the video's over. So hang out through the video. This is a thank you video, and we'll see where that American C-130 is, and then we'll decide if we can take it or not.
Good morning, Hawaiian 452 heavy cross the shoreline, 8 left. Raider 13, hold on tower, runway 8 right, taxi outpost short of lane left. Hold short of 8 left, taxi alpha,
Little RAF action.
78 primitive, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff, flight heading 140.
That was the Navy one. That was not the airport one. That was the Navy fire truck that cut in front of this one.
It's a station tower traffic, heavy Airbus 330, 9 mile per hour crossing, wind 010 left 16, runway 4 right, clear land, hold short of 8 left. 4 right, clear to land, hold short of 8 left. Good morning, Hawaiian 452, initial 8 left. 452 heavy on tower traffic, short 360, 6 mile box, crossing 120 to second, with 0012 left 26. 4 left, landing,
Alright, so I'm going to play that video now. A little thank you video. Hang out with me through the video, because I think that other C-130 will be close enough by the time we make it through the video to make it over there. So I'd really like to thank all my channel members. You guys really keep this thing afloat. I literally could not be out here without you guys. All your donations to the channel really keep this thing afloat. Thank you very much. Yes, I might be. Ian, yes. I'd love to be able to explain my parking situation. The new parking situation I have is making things a lot easier. So I'd like to thank my mods, Kirsten, Ms. Wolves, Rainbow Love, Sydney, Brad, Josh, and O'Malley. That's the best mod teams in the business right there. I know because I stole them from better live streams. I didn't really steal them. They still work. They still do the other live streams as well. Alright, so we're gonna... Okay, the C-130 should be coming out of the trees in just a second. So while we're waiting on it, I'm gonna pre-pack up some stuff, like the secondary camera, things like that. So while we wait for this, so I can get a head start on things. Cool. Okay, so there is the C-130. So we're gonna hang out for this C-130, and then we are out of here. So I'm gonna pack up a few more things while this one taxis. To have a building over here off Lagoon Drive on the water side that had a dock. There's a wedding chapel, and you could get married there in the wedding chapel, and then they'd take you up in the seaplane. But that was the last people I saw use that. That was at least 10 years ago, and they've torn the building and the dock down since then. originally been both coming in every day, but they're doing maintenance on them. So now it's 3 days a week. The second one. That's back. It's going to go back to 2 a day in June. So we do have a 717 that this one's waiting on coming in. I put my tablet away, so I have no idea where it's coming from, but we're going to pretend it's coming from Hilo. If I'm wrong, don't correct me in the chat, please. We're just going to say it's coming in from Hilo. Alright, so this will be the last plane of the day. Alright, that's really got to be it, guys. We'll see you later. Thanks again. Oh, are we close to 6 more? If we get 6 more likes to 500, that'd be awesome for a weekday show. Thank you very much, everyone. Sorry, Peter. I don't think I could stay for the C-17. I really got to get to work. I would really like to, but thanks, Telly. Alright, thanks again to the mods. Thanks again to all the channel members. Don't forget to hit up reverseopshop.com or reverseops.com/findme for all the ways to support the channel, free and otherwise. All the ways to find me on my social medias, it's all there. So reverseops.com/findme. Oh, we hit 500. Thanks, everybody. Oh, my thing is blocking it, but we did hit 500. Thank you very much, everyone. Thanks for all supporting me. I really love being able to do this for you guys, and I really love that you're able to come here and keep me entertained, keep me laughing. It's been a lot. It's a lot of fun every time I do this. All right, we'll see you most likely on Saturday, but like I said, I haven't put out the thing, but I'll be putting out the next calendar, next schedule, most likely tonight. All right. Aloha, everyone.